the Bitcoin ETF approval might be the biggest type of whale news I have ever heard. And not in a good way. I don't think it's going to change the massive price action, 80% bull runs we're seeing. I don't think it's going to do that. And correct me if I'm wrong, it might not happen in that way. So that's what we're going to be looking in this video. Is this really going to change crypto forever? Are you going to be riding off in the sunset with your new Lamborghini? And we are going to be seeing more of awesome content in that way, that crypto really has seen massive price opportunities. That would be great, right? Everyone would be happy in that way. But is it that really going to happen? Nobody knows for sure. But it could be so much in terms that Bitcoin could go up 5-10%. Again, not financial advice, but not as a term when people are saying that Bitcoin is going to reach 120,000 because of this. Because much more money needs to get pumped to see 120K. And I mean much, much more, as like probably real estate coming into crypto. And tokenization is going to be a big thing probably in the next few years. So if we see that approval, which is going to happen, or if we see multiple approvals, there is probably updates to happen. There is probably good news. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's going to be happy about that. But it's not going to change the way you think. It's not going to change overnight. It's not going to change today. It's not going to change tomorrow. And the real excitement I'm seeing is the long-term excitement. Like more people from stocks coming into crypto. Imagine the Bitcoin ETF denied this January. Will 2024 still be bullish for crypto? Yes, no opinion, show results. So basically 20% think crypto ETFs being declined is actually going to turn into a bearish scenario. So that's going to be pretty scary in that sense. I would be definitely scared if it gets declined. Again, a lot of these institutions, some of them might even give up with the SEC stuff we're seeing right now. That's problematic. That's definitely problematic in that sense. Like people have been waiting for that for such a long time. And in reality, if we see these institutions get declined, as there was rumors, a lot of these institutions might say, okay, forget crypto. We basically spent 10 million on this. We might have to reapply again. We will be maybe reapplying a few years later. So that's going to be the big problem about it that I'm worried about. But in the long-term sense, there could be some price updates, some price actions that a lot of people are seriously waiting about.
One clip went quite viral, and I want to share this with you in case you haven't watched it yet.
Crypto investors waiting with bated breath for approval of a Bitcoin ETF. Will it happen? And perhaps will it happen as soon as this week? Kate Rooney, that's the question.
Hey, David, yeah, that is the question. A Bitcoin ETF, it's now widely expected to get the green light this week. Two sources close to the process now telling me it's looking like Wednesday, which is also the deadline for Cathie Wood's ARK and 21 shares bid. Then I'm told potential trading would happen Thursday or Friday, but it has been a moving target here on dates. The SEC is expected to approve a handful of applications at once.
So yeah, they're expected to approve that, but we don't even know if that's going to happen in that sense. Like, could it happen? Sure. Will it happen? We aren't too sure about that. Like, that would be definitely the best case scenario in that sense, but it doesn't mean it will happen. Doesn't mean it means it could potentially be seeing those price updates that we need to see. But again, nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows what's going to happen to crypto, and that's the worrying factor.
An already publicly traded Bitcoin trust, GBTC, into an ETF, so known as an uplist. With 27 billion roughly under management, GBTC would be.
So if we see GBTC, basically, you know, a lot of these holders, a lot of the older people, they don't like buying crypto in that sense through crypto exchanges because it's a very hard process. Have you ever bought crypto from a crypto exchange? It's absolutely terrifying. You have like so many of waiting for the transaction, thing for all these things. Imagine if it was on a popular exchange like Interactive Brokers. Now, that's where really a lot of these high aims are hoping for. Because if we see that, imagine the possibilities. Imagine the potential of the crypto ETFs. Imagine of all the good stuff that could happen, will happen, because everyone that hasn't found out about crypto yet, maybe they never watched the news, maybe they haven't heard about it. Crypto is still not mainstream in that sense. there is so many probabilities of actually having these big crypto holders there in the long term. I am definitely excited to see that crypto bull run rising. So this is going to be the good news about it. This is what everyone's going to be waiting for in that sense. That's going to be what people are going to be expecting. So that being said, what do you guys think about this? I definitely think there's going to be probably more cryptos going up in the near term sense, exactly as we predicted. But again, it is a big question of how and what it will do. Because if we don't see those price updates that we wanted to see, well, a lot of people will end up being disappointed. And if they end up being disappointed, bad news is always going to be bad news in that sense. So definitely.
She didn't just sell the Coinbase stock, she also sold her GBTC.
So the reason why Katie Wood sold her GBTC stock is because, well, that's what she was saying is she has to fund a certain percentage on the portfolio. Now, that's what a lot of people are hoping for. She's not selling for the approval, but people are really too optimistic about this one. Like, look at this gold ETF. After gold got listed as an ETF, it saw 300% growth, but that was over 30, 40 per years. Also inflation growing. So this is the big problem about it. But if you guys want to be kept up more to date with content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I will keep you guys updated with more awesome content like this. Until next time, peace everyone.